On today's episode, we've got a question from one of our viewers. Bobby says, I'm still working and plan to work for at least another 2 years, but I'm old enough now to start taking Social Security without being limited on how much income I can earn. Is it a recommended strategy? We're going to ask Frank coming up next. All right, Frank, so a Social Security question, but from somebody who's still working for at least another 2 years, and Bobby's asking this, is it a recommended strategy? What do you think?
Bobby, that's a good question, and we do answer that question on a regular basis. I think people are worried about missing out on some Social Security benefits. You know, I get the comment all the time, well, what if I pass away too early? That's income I would have missed out on.
Yeah.
I try to plan more for longevity than passing away early. So what people don't realize is, once you reach full retirement age, you can absolutely, elect Social Security benefits and not be subject to the earnings test where they're going to withhold, $1 for every $2 that you earn. But what people don't realize on top of that is that the taxes that you're going to pay. So you're electing your Social Security benefits while you're working. If you have not needed that benefit, there's probably no reason to elect it now if you don't need it. You're giving up on 8% a year growth on that Social Security benefit. So it's going to increase by 8% a year. So if you leave it there and let it grow for another 2 or 3 years, that's another 8% a year that you're missing out on, or that you're achieving if you leave it there. And the extra income that you're receiving may put you into a higher tax bracket.
Okay.
So that benefit that you're receiving may not be the full benefit. It may be reduced by, 20, 22, 25%, depending on what your current adjusted income is.
Gotcha.
So
I've got a question as a follow-up to Bobby's.
Sure.
If somebody's got a similar question to Bobby, they've got something about Social Security they're trying to figure out. Are you able to, in an appointment, answer that question directly, or do you usually have to go through the full planning process to really answer those Social Security questions?
Oh no, we can answer that question directly. Yeah, I mean, if we know what you're earning, we know what your tax bracket is, and we know what your Social Security benefit is, it wouldn't be a very difficult calculation to see if it's a good idea for you to elect Social Security early.
Great question. Thanks, Bobby, for sending that one in to us. And if you have any questions for Frank, you can contact him, obviously, and go through the planning process and get a review of your financial situation. You can go to oliverassetmanagement.com to schedule that. We've also got links in the description of today's show to make that easy on you and meet with Frank, financial advisor at Oliver Asset Management. Frank, thanks for the help.
Thanks, Walter.
All right, we'll see everybody next time.
Thank you.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Oliver Asset Management and Creative One Wealth are unaffiliated entities. Licensed insurance professional. This information is for educational purposes only and should not be construed as advice or a recommendation for your specific circumstances. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Insurance product guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing company. We are not affiliated with any government agency and do not provide tax or legal advice.